From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into the Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max, of course, at my bar. Everybody's welcome to tell their story. It is Game Face with Coach Campo, not the ghost of Coach Campo. He is here in the flesh and brought to you by our good friends at YOLO Rum. That's right, you only live once. Coach Campo's here. Stephen Jones is here. No, not from the Dallas Cowboys, but from here locally with HSJ and Associates. Going to talk a little technology. Let's welcome in the panel. Coach Campo, how are you, my friend?
Hi, Tom. Good. I missed last week.
I know, me too. I was traveling. I was up in western Massachusetts.
Seeing
my daughter Kelsey. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Beautiful part of the country.
Oh yeah, it is.
Very mountainous. New
England's pretty.
It is.
But I don't want to live there anymore. I grew up in Connecticut, but I'm glad I'm right here in Jacksonville, Florida.
When you saw the name Stephen Jones, did you get a little, like
no. When he was introduced, the first picture that came into my mind was the Jones family.
Yeah, not Jerry.
There's some good, was some good things and some bad things about that. So.
Let's say hi to Steve Jones. Hey, Steve.
Nice
Good to see you, man. Welcome
Good to see you,
show.
Thanks a lot for having me.
All right, tell us about what you guys are doing at HSJ and Associates.
So for the last 20 years or so, it's a family business here in Jacksonville. I'm a third-generation Jacksonville guy.
Cool.
Went to school at Episcopal High School and spent 5 glorious years at God's Country in Florida State.
Okay.
Watching Bobby.
5?
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah, 4.5 really.
Yeah, sure.
I had to watch one more football season because, Bobby, I was there for the 99 championship. It was amazing. Went to business school there, but started a business with my father, shortly after working for CSX for a few years, writing software for them.
Okay.
And it's a design and engineering company that it's so very similar to an electrical engineer, but we primarily work in healthcare, criminal justice, higher education.
Okay.
We're complicated buildings. We're designing access control, surveillance systems, audiovisual systems, but the most fun is actually sitting down with users, and I was just telling a guy downstairs that it's something new every day, just like changing hats every day in an entrepreneurial business. Yesterday I was talking to an oncologist about how he wants his OR to be set up, and telling me how loud he wants his music to be playing while he's doing procedures. And then 2 days ago I was in the field at UNF digging around trying to find a conduit, and it's great. I love it.
That is cool. A little bit of everything.
A little bit.
So 20 years ago, your dad and you guys started this. What was the family business before? Was there one?
There was.
Okay.
So my dad's a serial entrepreneur, and he started with a partner, and whenever I was young, about 10 years old, Turner Jones Specialty Company here in Jacksonville.
Okay. Yeah.
They sold doors and hardware and shelving, residential then commercial.
Okay.
Worked with Holmes Lumber Company for a long time, for Tiger Homes, and then he sold off his business, and as I was graduating and 2 or 3 years working for CSX, I was always the kid that broke apart the computers and put them back together.
Okay.
Dad bought us a new stereo, I'd put them together.
Yeah.
And so he's like, there's all these doors are getting wires to them, and you got to come help me. So I would moonlight a little bit, and then from there, I'm not married yet, don't have any kids yet, no dog, no mortgage yet, so why don't we come check this out?
How many members of the family are in the company, and how does that dynamic? How do you guys handle disagreements?
Well, Dad's out of the country. He's taking a nice long vacation currently, so this is the second time in a year, so I'm glad he trusts us, but my brother and I run it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Dad's, they live down in St. Augustine now. He comes in probably once every other week or so.
Okay.
But I have a younger brother, also went to Florida State, and we're tight, and it's challenging because you so much about that person that you see every single day that you can say one little thing and get under their skin, right? Or hey, they stop me not say that. But it's challenging, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I envy entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
I said that before we started. It's just I wish I would have been more like that. I had a hard time every ball game I coached in because I never went in with the idea that every game was a gamble.
Right.
And I wasn't real excited about that. But fortunately, I was around some good players and we won a lot of ball games.
Yeah. Were you guys Will there be an RFP for the new stadium for what you guys do?
I appreciate you saying that. We have reached out to the mayor's office. We've gone to some of the events that are around town, and we've worked on the previous iteration of the stadium when the Jaguars came, like my father did.
Yeah.
I was just getting out of high school, but we've worked on the courthouse, we've worked on a bunch of different city buildings, and I just hope that we can keep some of that design work here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, man.
I think there's a lot of smart people in this town, and especially in the IT world, and that is it's all right in our wheelhouse. Helping design some of the wireless systems, the cellular systems, the audio-visual systems. We do that in hospitals and courthouses, as well as universities all the time.
So come on, Jags. Let's
go Jags.
Yeah, let's get that
keep going.
I'll take a point and a half out of that, all right? Point and a half out of the deal? Pretty good. Okay, cool. All right,
we're not signing anything. I got another lawyer downstairs, Tom.
Typical bartender, you know what I mean? He wants to get involved in everything.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach.
As we wrap up Game Face with Coach Campo, we asked the question, name an athlete that has inspired you through the course of your life? Or it could be multiple, but who would be the
I have
one
two, actually.
Okay.
I'm going to go Homer for a little bit, and I love listening to sports talk radio in the morning. I got to go with Big Bo. Tony B.
Yep.
I mean, he's ambassador to our city, amazing player. And then if I had to pick another, he's not a player, but a coach, an inspirational person that I've read anything that he puts out is Coach Bobby Bowden.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Two pretty good ones.
No doubt.
Two pretty good ones
Yeah,
right
no
there.
doubt. How about you, Coach? I ask you this every time.
Yeah, well, and I've always basically said Otto Graham, but I will add Frank Gifford to that.
That's right.
I loved Gifford just because he could do so many different things back in the day when I was growing up and looking at it. And I wore his number all the way through in baseball, football, and so number 16. So my email is dcampo16.
Yours has got to be Coach Coughlin, right?
He's one of them.
Yeah.
He's a big inspiration. No
You
doubt
went to
about
BC,
that.
right?
I did, yeah. He had me for 2 years. I think of linebackers that I just growing up loved. Mike Singletary. Matt Millen. Harry Carson. I love Harry Carson. Because my school colors in high school were blue and gold. I'd take the blue knee pads. He used to wear them up on his biceps when you could wear pads back then. So Harry Carson, those guys always inspired me to try to be a great linebacker.
I had an interesting one when I was a Giants fan growing up, from New England, and Dick Nolan was a player for him. And then when I went to the Cowboys, Jimmy Johnson kept Dick, and Dick and I worked together. And that was a really interesting thing because it brought back a lot of memories. But there's probably a lot of inspiration in my deal.
No doubt. All right, guys, thanks for being here. Steven, thanks so much.
Thank you
Best of luck. Get that gig with the Jags, man.
I hope so. I appreciate it,
All
Tom.
right,
Thanks
that'll
for the
do
plug.
it for us this time around. Make sure you check out Steve and Coach Campo's profile at the DailyNewsNetwork.com website. You'll see this conversation. You'll see hundreds and hundreds of others where everybody is welcome. Till next time, stay safe out there and be cool. And we'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
Even though we do have two different liquors, it's still one name. It's Yolo Rum, and at the end of the day, it's how you feel. And Yolo Rum, you only live once, and that's more prevalent. That's becoming more prevalent as far as the attitude and the mindset with how people live their lives. And it's not about how it used to be as far as people doing dumb stuff out here. It's more of they're understanding the value of their life. And if we can bring that presence of the meaning behind life and what it means to fulfill whatever you need to fulfill in your life that makes you feel enjoyable about what you're doing, that's what YOLO will bring out as well.